Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my loving and prayerful salutations at the divine lotus feet of my beloved Master. Esteemed elders, dear brothers and sisters, a very, very loving and joyful Sai Ram to all of you. It is an overwhelming experience to be standing here at Sundaram, a place that has become a part of Swami's history, a part of the Satyam Shivam Sundaram. There is so much of love in this place. There is so much of grace of Bhagawan that is flowing in this place, that one gets a thrill just standing in this divine ambience, in this divine place that Bhagawan has created out of love. Love for all of us, love for all of you, love for all of humanity. And that love is what we would like to talk about today. The topic that I have chosen for presenting at this August gathering, presenting to the August gathering here, is Sai Premamrita Dhara. How do we immerse ourselves in this love of the Lord? First and foremost, I would apologize that I can only speak in English and have no knowledge of Tamil language. I have learned a few words here and there from the Divine Lotus feet, but that definitely is not substantial enough to communicate in Tamil. I have been told by the state president that the gist of the talk will be translated in Tamil by one of our eminent elders, and I thank sir for that. Before we start, let us have a small discussion about how not to listen to this Premamrita Dhara. How not to listen. Firstly, do not hear from the head. Love of God cannot be intellectualized, cannot be rationalized, cannot be understood here. It has to be experienced here in the heart. There is a beautiful saying in Hindi, in Urdu, where one of the eminent shayars says that Aql ke madrase se ut, ishq ke maikade mein aa. Get out of this madrasa, the school of the intellect. Get out of the madrasa, get out of the school of the intellect, and come to the intoxication of love. Ishq ke maikade mein aa. Come to the intoxication of love. If we try to understand God, if we try to understand His love, we can rest assured that we will never be able to fathom. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa has beautifully explained that in the form of a salt doll trying to see the depth of an ocean. Can it ever be successful? The whole purpose is to get immersed in the love. And the second cardinal rule of listening to a Premamrita Dhara is do not listen to this Premamrita Dhara as an experience of X, Y or Z. If tomorrow I come before you and tell that I had gone to the Marina Beach and early in the morning the sun started, the horizon became orange just for my sake, and the birds started flying in beautiful formation only to please me, and then in all its glory the sun came up only to please me. Don't you think that you will call me a fool? It is the dharma of the sun, it is the nature of the sun to rise, to paint the horizon in various colors, in hues that exhilarate man. And that is how divinity is. X, Y or Z just happens to be there at sunrise. It is just the good fortune of X, Y or Z to have been present when the sun was shining beautifully. And to listen to this Premamrita Dhara as an experience of X, Y, Z, A, B, C is to lose the point, to miss the point. So let us try to internalize the experience. Let us try to listen to this experience and these stories, this Premamrita Dhara, as the play of the Lord, as the magnificence of the Lord, as the flow of love from the Lord which comes naturally. And it just so happens that ABC got drenched in that love. Let us make it all our experience. Let us feel that we have been fortunate, we have all been fortunate to experience that divine shower. Let it be a drenching, let it be a pouring of love that drenches it all. Let it be an accelerating experience. Let our hair stand on end, listening to the glory of the Lord, listening to the beauty of the Lord, listening to the kindness of the Lord. More importantly, let it be an energy booster. At a time when we are feeling down, when we are feeling lost in the sea, let it be the pull of the Lord that shows us back, that pulls us back in the right direction. Let us center our lives again and again, listening to the glory of the Lord. Let us center our lives and align ourselves on the path that He has chosen for us. And let us all experience the Premamrita Dhara. As I stand here again in Sundaram, memories of the past flood in. And I remember how I just happened to be drenching in the flood that had come to Chennai in the year 1997. Swami says, Prema Rahita Marubhumilalo, Prema Kuramna Pekunda, Prema Varshamuto, Prema Nadinu Pravahinchaga Murali, Nanu Sevite. In this heart past and back without love, O Lord, shower the drops of love so that love blossoms in our hearts and the river of love starts flowing through our hearts. And in 1997, Bhagawan decided to bless Chennai. And this small instrument had the good fortune of accompanying Bhagawan. It was the year 1997. I was a young boy of 22, 23 in my first year MBA. And I vividly remember that visit because that was my first ever long drive with Swami. And what an experience it was to sit with Swami for 8 hours in the car and listening to Swami's leelas. We keep talking about Swami, and what do you think Swami talks about? He talks about his devotees. He was talking to me about one of the senior, very, very beloved devotees of his, an elderly lady, a divine lady. And he was talking about how he had saved their lives so many times when they were about to give up everything and end their lives. How Swami had sent a telegram and told, wait, Sai is there. I still remember the intensity, the love with which Swami was narrating. When God was narrating the story of his devotees. And there is joy in Swami. We all have the experience of seeing Swami as the power that he is, as the Dharma Swarupa that he is. But he is also the playful Lord. He is a Lord that endears us with his humanity. When God comes down to earth, takes the avatar, he comes here to endear himself to us, so that we get tied to him, we get enmeshed with him, become one with him, with 1,000 different strings, with 1,000 different experiences, 1,000 experiences not just of us, 1,000 experiences of the thousands and millions of people around us. And we share the stories, and we care for each other. We continuously increase the flow of love, of give and take, and that is what binds the Lord to us. And this is just one more Vahini of the millions of threads, millions of rivulets that keep flowing from the hearts of the various devotees, which has been irrigated by the Lord. Everything about Swami is sweet, is madhuram, madhuram, madhuram. And he plays, he is so perfect in his Dharma Swarupa, as the Dharma Swarupa, that he is able to playfully be with us, that he is free with us. And he keeps talking about the old days, and in the car he was talking about what a long relationship he has had with Chennai. I was a young boy, who knows nothing, and here is Swami trying to build a history about what the relationship with Chennai has been, with Madras, the Madras presidency. In those days Swami used to come, and how he used to tell that he used to drive his small Morris Tourer. Talk about his car and how he used to drive, and he used to start at breakfast in Bangalore and come here for lunch. That speed used to come. Chakralu road by a touch the car, the wheels never used to touch the ground. And the joy in Swami's face when he used to share these things. People used to sit, the comedy of Swami, the way Swami makes everything hilarious. He's telling that people used to see me drive on the road and they say that and he is not going to reach the next 10 kilometers, he's going so fast. It's the beauty of Swami. How he tries to pull the heart of a young boy with so many strings. And he was talking about the Marina Beach, how he used to go for walks there. And he was talking about Kadalai Sundal. Kadalai Sundal in those days. People used to keep saying Kadalai Sundal, Kadalai Sundal. They used to sing. And he used to talk about Pultair. I didn't know what is Pultair. He used to tell, Sala Pullagontai, very, very sour curd they used to sell in those days in Chennai. You cannot touch it, that sour it used to be. And the story is, he's building up the joy of Chennai that he has experienced over a period of time. And that is how living with Swami is all about. If you think that the Lord is just there in the altar and we are down here, we have lost the picture. We have not seen the whole picture of Bhagawan. What endures, what makes the boys who have gone to Kodaikanal so much passionately in love with the Lord is these small things. I always keep thinking, what is it that made Arjuna choose Lord Krishna over the entire army when he was to make the choice? What was it that the Lord would have done? That Arjuna could have the courage to choose to him that I want Krishna, Lord, I don't want the army. How did Krishna ensnare Arjuna's heart? And he gave the answer here, that nothing else matters. When the divine is here, he is the only thing that matters, and he is the one and only thing that is important for us in our lives. And he does that with these small things, small threads. He keeps tying, he keeps throwing those threads to us, the small threads, insignificant, humorous threads here and there, and we are his forever. 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 He used to talk about how in those days he used to shoot palm. And one day, just to avoid being recognized in the Marina Beach, Swami had gone for a drive with a shawl covered on his head. And people, they suddenly started stopping the car. There was a big car, I believe, and people started stopping the car thinking that some film actress has come. Here is Swami with curly hair and the scarf around his head and very red lips because of palm. And people thought that some film star has come and they started mobbing the car. And see, these are the incidents that Swami was narrating in the car. I still remember so vividly. And on the way back, I still remember the fun that Swami is, the joy that Swami is, the joy of being in love, the joy of loving God. We were traveling all the way back. We had gone. Professor Sampath had come here along with Swami in the car. And Professor Sampath had some work here in Chennai. And he decided to stay back. He said, Swami, I will take care of some of this work and then I will come later. So I wanted much to go. And I remember my brother Manish was sitting in the front of the car. He is also, I'm so fortunate that he has come with me again now this time. And it's nice to share the experiences, Manish. Manish was sitting in the front, I was sitting here, two youngsters, classmates. And there is Swami sitting in the car and he's again talking about the various things. We remember in 5 minutes we were back in Bangalore. Talking about when you're spending time with Swami, the time flies. And we were crossing the railway gate near Train now. And this is so vivid in my mind because of the fun that Swami is. And we were crossing the railway gate and there was one lecturer who was a few years senior to us. And he was a lecturer now and he was standing there. His name was Solomon. And this boy was standing and we were near the speed breakers before the railway line. And Swami is sitting here in the car and he sees Solomon and says, Solomon, grande, born, and you can't control our laughter. You can't control our laughter. Because that is the joy of Swami. When I am with youngsters, I am a young boy. Here is Swami. When you look at the physical aspect of Bhagawan, here is a 70-year-old, 75-year-old person making 22-year-olds laugh, roar with laughter. How many tatas can do that to their grandchildren? They can do their grandchildren, but the youngsters, how many can do? That is the Nitya Nutana aspect of Swami. Ever youthful, ever young, ever cheerful. Madhuryam of Swami. It is these small things, these small things that bring great love to our hearts. These are the drops that fill the cauldron and start overflowing from our hearts so that one day we can become the source of love for others. That is the objective. That has been the objective of Bhagawan throughout. So that you and I and all of us can become the source of love that floods the world. Floods the world in our thoughts, floods the world in our words, floods the world in our actions. That was the only goal of the avatar. to make us all Prema Swarupas. Is it not? And these are the things that make us filled with love for Swami. And this love is the only reality. If somebody tells that you cannot talk about love. Yes, when we come to Sundaram, yes, we feel the love. But when we go out of this gate, we have a parking problem there. And somebody comes and fights with me. What love are we talking about? We go to the office, my boss is sitting on my head. I go home, my mother-in-law is waiting for me. I have to go back home again and deal with the problem of my son. My son is not getting married. My son is not getting a job. There are so many problems in the world. What are you talking about love? It is only the vision that we have to change. Swami has told us any number of times, the only reality is love. With the glasses of love, everything, nothing else matters. No media, no problems with the organization, nothing matters. It is just love that matters. And that is what we should be able to achieve. And the only way to achieve it is to be constant manana of the Lord, of the divine aspect, of the small aspects of the Lord, and at the same time of the big, the magnanimous aspects of the Lord, the magnificent aspects of the Lord. I'll recall another incident of how love can be so dramatic. It's how Swami can create such a big drama around love. And I will share incidents about Tamil Nadu, because of the place that we are, and Deshabhimanam that you all have, that we all have. In the year, I think it was the year 1998 or 99 probably, I don't remember the exact year, but we had gone to inaugurate, for the foundation laying ceremony of Ananda Nilayam in Madurai. Some of you must have gone to Madurai and seen the place. And we had gone down, all the way we had gone down from Kodaikanal. And I still remember one elderly gentleman sitting, Mr. Ashok Singhal, he was sitting in the car. And we had gone down, and we had come to the place where the foundation ceremony was to be done. And there was a shamiana that had been put up. Devotees were sitting. Maybe around this must be the crowd, maybe slightly more than this crowd. But it was a shamiana on top. And the shamiana was not flat, it was like this, because it had rained. And it was like a swimming pool on top. It was all filled with water. And there was mud everywhere down, everything was mud. And Swami got down and started walking as if nothing is wrong. He just got out of the car, and started walking towards the devotees. He started going through the lines. I was sitting inside the car, and Srinivasan sir was there, the All India President. He told, "What are you still doing inside the car? Go behind Swami." So I got out. There were two security people who were there behind Swami, and I also got down there and said, "Okay, I am going to be protecting Swami," and I went behind Swami. And as soon as Swami crossed the path, the ocean only parts for Moses. And as soon as Swami crossed, people started crowding, and there was no path left, and we got pulled into the Samsara Sagar. And there was punching and pushing and catching of collars. Nobody is allowing anybody to come, and it was because one worry is that the Shamina will fall down. There is all mud below, it's all wet. People had just sat because of the discipline of Swami, and as soon as Swami went to the stage, it's all covered. And then Swami climbing the stage, the two security people have gone, and I am stuck somewhere in the middle. And I don't know, I have come there to protect Swami, right? And here I am getting stuck totally and getting pulled and pushed in the waves of the samsara. And there is Swami standing on the stage and laughing. And he sends his two dutas to extract me. And those two people, the two security people came and they pushed everybody aside and they pulled me out, and finally the protector reached the person who was to be protected. And Swami smiled, he gave a beautiful smile, and I got a message that, oh yes, I should know my place. But see the beauty of the Lord, how quickly He puts the Maya back. Now that everybody had stood up, there is no place, and the car is on the other side, there is no way we can go all the way back, because it's going to be confusion. So Krishnamurti sir was like, Krishnamurti sir, he went backstage and somehow went and caught some person. He stopped his ambassador car and came and told, come, bring Swami. We took Swami from behind the stage and we helped Swami to get down from backstage. And somebody, some good fortunate fellow, his ambassador car, we made Swami sit and we started driving towards Chettiar sir's house. And as soon as we sat inside, Swami again, just now he has shown what he is. And again, like a small child, where are you taking me? And again you start to know Swami, right? Everything will be fine, we will take care of Swami. See, these are the small things that needs to be shared about the divine. That ensnares us. The beauty of Swami's personality as the avatar, as the humanity of the avatar, the leelas of the Lord. Another incident from Kodaikanal I remember of the thoughts that Swami inspires in young minds. The thoughts of sacrifice, the thoughts of intense love that only the Lord can inspire in young minds. I was still doing my MBA in those days, and it was the year 1997. I had finished my first year MBA, and during that vacation, Swami had told you come to Trai Vrindavan. And I had come to Trai Vrindavan, and I had started staying in Trai Vrindavan. Now the moment I started staying in Trai Vrindavan and experienced that joy of being with Swami 24 hours, there was a big tension in my mind that I have got one more year of MBA left, and next year I will have to go back to hostel. And I don't want to do that. So I started negotiations. With Swami, I will stay in Purnachandra Swami and do MBA as a day scholar. Aditya Vilokundi, how can that be possible? Everybody should be in the hostel. First round failed, negotiations were failed. Then slowly, no Swami, but I will see that I will never miss class Swami. I will never miss even one class. I will go to class every day in time. No, that is not possible. Rules are rules, everybody should be in the hostel. Second negotiation failed. So multiple negotiations failed. So when we went to Kodaikanal, I had a brain wave, I had a brilliant idea. What is the need for an MBA to serve Swami? So I wrote a letter to the registrar, 23-year-old, okay? Young boy, immature. And I wrote a letter to the registrar, sir, for personal reasons, I would like to discontinue my MBA. I am very grateful for having been given this opportunity to study in this honest university, and big words I put there, and I wrote a letter. I told Swami, I am stopping my MBA, Swami. I want to serve Swami. Swami immediately took the letter and threw it. Don't put it in. And Swami told, go and sit in the car. I still remember, Srinivasan sir was driving, K.G. Krishnamurti sir was sitting in the front seat, and Swami was here, I was there, and the negotiations are still going on. And Swami says, Imchudu Pilavadi Buddhi Redu. The boy doesn't have any mind. See what he has done. He is writing that he wants to discontinue MBA and start serving Swami. Yemantal Krishnamurti, Swami. And Swami wanted more words now. And Krishnamurti sir turned back. And thank you, sir, for that. He turned and told, yes, Swami, what is the use of MBA? You should serve Swami. And I was very happy that I got on the board. He told, yes, Srinivasan, no, Swami, MBA is very important. Education is very important, Swami, because there are responsibilities. And Swami is looking at me. See? So again, I was tired. So see, these are the small things where he could have just told, no, but he creates these small dramas. He gets more characters into the drama and makes it lively, makes it so lively in our minds. And it's an experience to be shared. Come what may, how many hour trials you do. When it comes to dharma, when it comes to the right way of doing things, love has no place. You can be loving, you can be obliging, but you cannot always oblige. Swami was loving. He was convincing me at every point of time, but he never budged from the fact, from the dharma that a student should be in the hostel. And I had to go back, I had to cry and plead and do everything. But he saw to it that I would go to the hostel for 1 more year. And only then come back. These are aspects of Swami's personality, Swami's love, that we should make sure that every aspect of our organization is filled with that. That Swami says that your life is my message. How can we be loving, accommodating, at the same time very adherent to rules? Let rules not be like a sword in a hand, like a thorn to somebody else's feet. Let rules be the pathway, and let all of us be the guides who will show people that this is the right rules meant for your own good, for some kind of discipline in the place. How do we bring this aspect of Swami, the loving aspect, at the same time being firm? That aspect, how do we bring into our organization, especially now, when the responsibility is so much on us to see that our lives reflect the glory of His glory that He has been. How do we bring these small things into our lives, into our organizational abilities, into our organizational rules, the organizational culture, so that we are perceived as the reflected glory that the divine was, the divine always is. Love is stern at some times, and that is the example that I was giving you. We have to be lovingly stern. How do we do that? How do we bring that balance? Is what used to always enamor me with when it came to Swami. You become a fan of Swami, about the way he could handle these things in such a loving manner. And how do we reflect that in our day-to-day lives? Is what every one of us should really think about if we want this organization to really flourish in the future and for eternity. Love is empathy. Love is about understanding the heart of another. Love is about being one with another, to know exactly what feelings are going on in his or her heart. Swami always gives the example of detachment, that you should have a goal in life and lead an ideal life without attachment, without having these small petty attachments to the world. And this was a message that had gone very deeply into this young heart. And I used to be totally dedicated to Swami's work, totally immersed in Swami's work. And mother and father both had very graciously encouraged that I should continue to do Swami's work. I'm very grateful to them for that. One day, it was the year, say, 2001, when my mother had come for the birthday function, and I was very busy during that period, and I could not even go and meet my mother during that period. And the day they were about to leave, I went to see my mother, and my mother started crying. I told, why are you crying? What happened? Why did you not come to meet us? Why don't you come and meet us at all? Why are you always so distant from us? And I started telling Mommy, you have offered me to Swami. You yourself have told that Swami, he is yours. How can you keep doing this? For some time you will he is Swami's, then again you take it back. Now I offer you, now I take it back. Because you should not do that. And I started a big discourse with mother. And father joined in. Like, yes, mothers, these ladies always have a lot of attachment to their sons. They should give up that he is on spiritual. And we gave a big, lot of jnana to mother. And I was very proud of the jnana bodhana that I had done to mother. And I came all the way to the mandir. Walking left, right, and thinking, okay, I've got something beautiful to share with Swami. And Swami will be proud of me. And as soon as Swami came down from the lift in Kodachandra Auditorium, I went and told Swami, this is what happened today. And parents are leaving now, Swami. This is what I told Swami mother, that mother should not have attachment. And she should offer the son to the Swami. Got so angry. I was taken aback. I was shocked. Here I am telling exactly what Swami has taught me to my mother and repeating that Swami is firing me left and right. He came right with the ego. What right do you have to talk to your mother like that? She has borne you for 9 months in her womb. What right do you have? What right do you have to talk to her like that? What do you know about mother's love? What do you know about attachment? You have no right. Go, tell her that Swami has told this. I was taken aback. I thought Swami, they must have left by now. It's going to go out. I got up and ran from there and ran on the way, and parents were about, their suitcases were packed, they were about to leave, and I went inside and told my parents that, Mother, with our limited understanding, with our limited knowledge, we try to give bodhana. We think that we have become wise. But the whole aspect of divine love, we can never comprehend. And this is the message that Swami has told, that mother has a right to be attached to the son, and no son can say that you do not have the right to be attached to me. Where do we get the detachment with karuna? Normally, whenever we embark on a spiritual path, when the concept of vairagya comes, we tend to become stone-hearted. That we shut our hearts to all the troubles of society. That they know this is all maya. This is not real. What is real is only the divine. And we tend to become hard-hearted. And this is the divine message. The message of love, of karuna. I think that with that vairagya should come karuna. How do we merge these two is only something that a divine master can teach us. And this is a lesson that has got so deep in the heart of this youngster that we can never think of being detached without having the softness of the heart. A soft, detached heart. It sounds like an oxymoron, but sounds like something that is not possible to have. If you want to have detachment, you have to harden the heart. That is the normal thinking that goes for any jnana yogi. But at the end, it is all one. In the eyes of the divine, it is all one. Love is about empathy. Love is also universal. Swami's arms are always like this. That is why he has built the hospital, the super specialty hospital, Prashant, like this. It looks, when you look at the super specialty hospital from top, it looks as if their arms are embracing. The two wings of the hospital go like this, and then they come front like this. It looks as if somebody is waiting there to embrace the sick and the suffering, the alien. That is the love of Swami, the universality of Swami. When he had come here for the Atirtha Mahayajna, it was the universal love that was on display. There is no sect, that is out of the purview of Bhagawan's Karuna. He had gone to the residence of the chief minister. He had embraced people who claim to be atheists. He had such love. He could the ability of Bhagavan to see beyond the labels that we humans create. How many times we have heard Swami in the discourse telling that Nastikulu, Astikulu, Astika, Nastikulu, Nastika, Astikulu, and Anil Kumar sir translating the theist and atheist and atheistic, atheist. So these are all terms that Swami should tell, just to tell that these are all labels that do not matter. Why I am narrating this and this? Because one day, Swami was listening to Radio Sai. This is very important. Please, all the organization directors, all the office directors of the organization, the universality, the all-embracing love of Swami, the beyond label vision of Swami is so important for all of us. Swami was listening to Radio Sai in the room, and there was one beautiful program going on about question and answers. One of the questions asked by a foreign devotee was, can an atheist get self-realization? Can an atheist get self-realization? And the gentleman who was answering the question was giving a very beautiful analysis of what it means to be an atheist, what it means to have self-realization, how spiritual sadhana is important for self-realization, and how for an atheist there is no concept of the spirit, and by logic it does not make sense that an atheist can get self-realization. But because if there are atheists who are so wonderful humanists, who work for society, who have done so much of seva to society, they are people who live for humanity. They do not believe in God, but they live for humanity. They serve humanity, and because of the good deeds that they have done, they would definitely be given the next birth in a family which believes. And because of that, their path to self-realization will be easy. This was a beautiful analysis given by this gentleman. And I wanted to bring Swami's attention, because Swami was sitting on the table and working. He was doing something. He was reading some letters on his table, on his dressing table, in his room, in his bedroom. And I wanted to bring Swami's attention. Did not know whether Swami had listened to the whole thing. We are small people. We think whether Swami listened or not, Swami was paying attention or not. Swami's awareness, constant integrated awareness. Chit. Is it not? Sat Chit Ananda. And Swami told, and I told Swami, the exact translation of the question in Telugu I heard. Swami, oka manchi prashnottaram jaruguta undi. That's a good question answer going on. And the question is, in Telugu I said, Swami, nastikuliki atma sakshatkaram avutunda. Self-realization, but atma sakshatkaram avutunda. This is it. And I told Swami, Daniki answer is, this is the answer that is being given before I could complete the sentence. The question is, can an atheist get self-realization? Before I could complete the sentence, I told tappaka avutundi. Without fail, it will happen. Dehavimanam vidichipette evarikaina atma sakshatkaram avaka tappadu. If you leave your body attachment, if one leaves body attachment, atma sakshatkaram is definite for anybody, even an atheist. What a statement, what an all-encompassing statement, what a beyond labels statement by the Lord. What is it that is self-realization? That keeps us going, keeps the mind going. What is it this self-realization is all about? What is the goal of all spirituality that Bhagawan has, that Bhagawan's vision is about? What is this leaving of the body attachment? How do we become big? How do we become bigger than just our body, than just our relations? Don't we see, body attachment, leaving the body attachment is not being anesthetic. That even if somebody pokes me, I will not get. That you can get with leprosy. Is it not? You don't react to pain in your skin. That is not living of body attachment. It is not your ability to continuously go working without sleep for 10 days. That is not body attachment, letting go of body attachment. The thing that we never are able to realize is that when we are attached to the body, when we are, what really gets reflected in the form of body attachment is the limitation of our love. We are able to love only our near and dear ones. Is it not? Can I love somebody who is not my son as much as I love my son? That is, in my humble opinion, because of the amount of thinking that Bhagawan had initiated with just that one statement. My conclusion is that to be able to love universally is all about, is what giving up of body attachment is all about. And to be able to see ourselves not just as one person with relatives, but one person who is related to the entire universe. That, I'm sure, is what self-realization is all about. And that is a goal that is worth achieving. And that is the goal that can be achieved through this Seva organization that Swami has started. Because with him, everything is a sadhana, everything is a work that needs to be done to break your smallness. Childar buddhi nichpettu, Swami always used to say, he used to call you Bangaru. And then he should tell, childar buddhi, childar buddhi, childar buddhi. You are not a 5 paisa, 10 paisa coin, you are gold. Childar, I don't know how many times I have heard the word childar, childar buddhi, you should say. Tuchha buddhi, sankuchita bhava, narrowness of mind. How do we release that? How do we look big? How do we think big? How do we think universal? How do we think like Divyatma Swarupas that we are? And just before I end the speech, I would like to say one more beautiful incident and then stop with this part of the speech and if time permits, talk about the Vidya Vahini aspect for some time. Do we have time to?
Yes, yes.
Sometime. The last aspect of love that we would like to share is the immortality of love. That love being eternal, love being forever, love not being limited to the body, love not being limited to a form. There are two incidents that I would narrate to share with all of you where this conviction has come from. After the Mahasamadhi, I had come here once for Vidya Vahini work. It was all a show of brave face, putting a brave face outside, telling that yes, Swami is with me and Swami is with all of us and we continue to do the work of Swami. But inside there was sorrow, there was intense sorrow of missing Swami, of really not knowing, not having a direction in life. There was a hollowness to it. And I'm sure every one of us have gone through, are going through probably that aspect of this phase of the Avadharhood. And when Dasara came, along with it came with great intensity, with tremendous impact, the fact that Swami was missing at Swami's physical form was missing at the Purnamati. And from there, my life started going down. I could not get up in the mornings. I was in the bed 4 or 5 days. Never got out. Friends started getting worried. Started coming and sitting with me for hours together. Come Sathya, let's go for a walk. Come, we'll go to office, come. That kind of thing. I was supposed to go to Orissa. And I gave some excuse and had to cancel it. Got my tickets cancelled and told no, I'm not feeling well. I've got blood pressure. Some excuses. And that doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense now. That kind of despondency was setting in. And this went on till birthday, and we arranged the chula. Why I'm sharing is this aspect of which is so deep within, is that with the hope that it will help to heal many hearts. That's the only intention. And on the 24th of November, the day after the birthday, we were inside the Yajur Mandir lighting a lamp in Swami's ground floor. In the ground floor of the Yajur Mandir, we were lighting a lamp. We normally chant Vedam for 10-15 minutes, a few boys, and then listen to one bhajan of Swami. We put on Swami's bhajan on the tape, and we listen to Swami's voice and feel happy. Now on that day, as we finished the bhajan, as we finished the Vedam and the bhajan started, I was sitting next to Swami's throne, and within 2 minutes, within just maybe 2 lines of the bhajan, I remember I had dozed off, because I remember the first 2 lines and I remember the last line of the bhajan. I was so tired that I dozed. And within that 2 minutes of sleep, I had a dream that I am lying in Purvachandra, in Yajur Mandir, in the same place where I am sitting. I am lying in front of Swami's throne. I am dead. I am lying there. And there is Swami kneeling next to me. He is on his knees. And I can see from top, though my body is lying, I can see my body there. I can see Swami's back. I can see his hands, Swami's hands, one over the other, with fingers crisscrossed. And I so vividly see the texture of Swami's hand, the nails, the way it was always cut, the joints, the color of Swami's, the luster of Swami's fingers. And there is Swami holding his hands on my chest, and he is giving cardiac massage. I got up worried. I remember getting up worried, and it was a very intense dream. Within that 2 minutes, I told my brothers, there were two of my brothers there, I told them, hey, this is what I had dreamed about, brothers. I don't know whether I'm going to get a heart attack, and Swami is giving me an indication that he will protect me. So that was the wrong interpretation. We always have small minds, we interpret wrongly. But the energy that I have been feeling after that is unbelievable. I have never been this energetic. I have never been this driven. There has never been so much of fire. And this incident has brought so much of confidence to the fact that He is always with us. He is always with us. This was really, really strengthened because of an incident 4 years before that. It was in the year 2007. We had come back from Vrindavan. Swami had come back from Vrindavan, and it was very, very hot in Prashant. And Swami told, you get the room ready. And Swami was in the dining hall. I went up, immediately got the room quickly ready, and within 15 minutes I came and told Swami, the room is ready, Swami. Swami told, come, I'll go up. And we went, as we were going up, Swami said, see, tell them to give Aarti. I will not come for bhajan today. I will take rest. It was around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we went to Swami's room, and Swami took rest. I still remember the ambience of the room. I can close my eyes and see the room as it was. It was afternoon, 3:30, 4 o'clock. From the western window, the sun was coming. It was a very hot day. And it was very bright from the western sky. The western sun was very bright inside the room. And Swami was resting on the bed. I put my mattress, as usual, on the side. And I also slept. And within a few minutes, I was so tired that even I fell asleep. And as soon as I fell asleep, I had a dream, a very, very vivid dream of Mother Ishwarama standing at the foot of the bed. The same place, the same situation. Even in the dream, I am lying down there, Swami is resting on the bed, on the cot, and there is Mother Ishwarama standing at the feet. And she is talking to Swami. This is a very, very vivid dream to me. It was a dream. I do not call it a vision at all. It was a dream. And I opened my eyes in the dream. I opened my eyes and it came out of the dream and I was awake and I was smiling at myself, thinking of, oh, what a beautiful dream I had of had the darshan of Mother Ishwar in my dream. And I was lazily thinking about it, smiling, and just wanted to see how is Swami and what is Swami doing. And I turned my head to see, without getting up, I just turned my head to see Swami, and Swami was on his side, looking straight at me. And the moment that my eyes met Swami's, Swami said, "Chusara, chusara, chusara. Did you see? Did you see? Did you see?" I jumped out of bed. Yes, yes, Swami. Mother's darshan was there. I got Mother's darshan. Oh, she keeps coming. She keeps coming. Pasuk Jira, Pasuk Brahmaki Vesi Vachiti. Pasupu is the word. I told, lay Swami, green color blouse on the I told. Swami said, yellow, yellow. Avun Ran Telugulo, Pasuk ante, he's telling, Pasuk, Pacha chira, pacha ravaki vesi vachindi. He said, Pacha chira, pacha ravaki vesi vachindi. Green, green sari and green blouse. I don't know, Swami, she was yellow sari and green blouse. Adera, pacha ante, aaku pacha, pasu pacha antaru Telugulo. In Telugu, for both the words it's pacha. It's pasuk pacha is turmeric pacha, and green is called leaf pacha. Adera, no, see, these small things keep the memory so intact. And then the Swami telling that she keeps coming and talks. And this was the incident that came to my mind immediately on 24th November. You know, when Mother Ishwara, because of her love for Swami, could continue to be there. What can we say about the love of our Lord? Do you think that He can ever leave the devotees and go away? If we are under the impression that the Lord is no longer with us, then at the risk of sounding rude, at the risk of sounding pompous, I say, then we are insulting Swami. Then we are not understanding the fact that He has been the essence of what He has been telling all His life, that we are Divyatma Swarupas, that we are the embodiments of the Divine Atma. And He was the Paramatma, He is the Parabrahma, He is always with us. And I thank the State Trust, the organization, the All India President, for having given me this opportunity of sharing a few thoughts here with this August gathering. And I thank all of you for this wonderful hearing, wonderful listening that you have given to these small sharings that I have had the good fortune of doing with you. It is only partial duty of mine that has been completed. Bhagawan has assigned the responsibility of the Satyajit Vidya Vahini program. I would like to make a small presentation about what the program is about, if I have your permission. And I would like to start the presentation for the Satyajit Vidya Vahini program. And normally I take out the mic. I take out the mic and speak because to move from inspiration to action needs a lot of energy. Because normally the tendency is that we have had a nice satsang. Now we can go home, have a nice dinner and sleep. And wait for the next satsang. It is not the case here, not the case in the presence of office bearers of the organization. But this is the normal pitch that we make in other places. Saying that This is a call for action, a call for change, a call for energy among the youngsters, among the elders, among the young at heart, but with grey hair. So the Vidya Vahini program is a program that was launched by Bhagawan as part of his 85th birthday celebrations. And I would like to take a few moments now to, before I've got around 20 minutes more to share about, I've been told that by 7 o'clock we finish. So very briefly, we'll run through the slides to give you an overview of what Vidya Vahini is about and to bring enough curiosity amongst all of you to attend the workshop that we are having next weekend, next Sunday here in the Sundaram. I hope that we have lots of here in Sundaram. Yes, here right in Sundaram. On next Sunday we are having a one-day workshop, and this is a primer for that workshop, an invitation to all of you to come and participate in big numbers. Next slide, please. We'll go next. We'll go to the problem statement that Vidya Vahini is trying to answer. We have an education system, especially the rural education system, where people do not have access to motivating educational content. The city students are a much luckier lot compared to the rural children. How do we bridge the gap is what we are trying to look at. The second problem is that education process does not have enough human value orientation. How do we bring that? The organization has been working for the last 40 years on this front. How do we strengthen with the young blood, with the new technologies? How do we take that process of the organization to the next level is what we are trying to look at. And the final problem statement is there are very few avenues for knowledge volunteering. People are unable to access the school for seva. We are able to conduct medical camps, but we are not in a position of conducting educational camps. The school has become a citadel. It has become a castle, which can be entered only with those who have a BA degree. Should it be that way? Is a question that we pose. Is a question that we want answers for. That is it not possible? Do we, as members of the society, not have enough experience with us to share to the next generation and make a difference in their lives? Can we redefine education as a process of sharing the essence of human experience to the next generation? Can we do that? Is the question that we ask. Next slide, please. And the solution to that is the Satyajit Salin program that has been inspired by Bhagawan over a period of 1 year. A program that has been designed by Bhagawan through inspiration, through direct instructions, and through a lot of inspiration, through his discourses over a period of time. And it's the essence of what a few youngsters, many youngsters have sat together and brought and thought out as a project now. Next, please. This is the vision of Vidya Vahini to be a seamless, synergistic and safe medium for nurturing and sharing knowledge by harnessing the power of collaborative ideas, people and technology for the welfare of humanity. We are using the word seamless, that there should be no borders in education. There should be no such border called a classroom. Why should there be? Why is it true that education only happens in the classroom? How many of you feel that education does not happen only in the classroom? Raise your hands, please. Yes. How do we break that? How do we make that? How do we then make a difference in the education field, though we are not teachers? What experience can we share to make the process enjoyable? How do we make this borders of the Andhra board teachers not understanding anything about what the Satyajit Salin here is? What I talk about, what the Satyajit Salin teachers are teaching, do not understand what the CBSE teachers are teaching here in Tamil Nadu. No, Adi, that is not our concern. So we don't have activities in our class. This is different education. That is different education. How do we break those barriers? Is what we are thinking about using technology. How do we bring synergy in the organization? How do we take the heads of these city youngsters with so much of intellect and put it on the shoulders of those rural youth who have got the energy to go and do work? We are couch potatoes. The city people are on the internet, on the table, on the chair. The rural youth are there with guts, with the energy to go. How do we share, how do we transfer the information from the cities to the villages and empower those village youth to make a difference in the education system? It's the synergy aspect. How do we make this process of volunteerism safe with the vision? The Vidya Vahini program is about creating a knowledge management system which will be where it will be possible for every one of us to contribute ideas, some beautiful idea that we have, how to contribute that onto the net, which can be retrieved by a village teacher and at any point of time in a very simple manner, without any complications. The motto of Vidya Vahini is education for all, by all. The Government of India has started this Right to Education Act, which makes it possible, which makes it compulsory for everybody to get free education. Everybody up to the age of 14 to get free education. But the government themselves are realizing that it is a Herculean task. It is a task that we are not up to with the current amount of teachers, the current qualification of teachers that we have. And it is very, very important that education for all is going to be possible only when it is education by all. Every one of us has got something to do, something to contribute to the education field, and every small contribution from us, in the form of time, in the form of effort, in the form of resources, in the form of books, etc., should be able to create this education for all possibility. And how do we do that using technology as an enabler is what Vidya Vahini is all about. There are 4 objectives of Vidya Vahini. First objective is to make learning insightful. That there should be no more by heart learning. 2 2s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. There should be no mugging. How do we make it possible for children to really understand? What is it that stops? Why is it that we have mugging in schools? Why is it that students are forced to learn things by heart? It's a question that needs answer, please. I want answers from somebody. For marks? Pardon? No, so that they do not forget, they do not understand. Based on the books, we have to answer exactly as per the books. Let me put forth an idea. For the future. Oh yes. Great. That's a wonderful answer. For the future. It becomes easier. Easier if you tell the child to learn it by heart. But won't it be better if the child actually understands? The problem, if I may suggest. Yes. Time. Time is a constraint. Because of that, I would suggest that it is the main reason that we have rote learning, by heart learning in education is because teachers lack self-confidence. I can take 4 why madam. The 5th why comes, hey, sit down. The teachers are not in a position to answer the 5th why. So the teacher will tell you learn it by heart because why? Because it is written in the textbook you learn it. How do we create a system where it is possible for those teachers who are not able to answer the 5th why to pick up a phone to a city teacher, to an experienced teacher and get the clarity? How do we make education that kind of a support system? How do we create? Is what we are looking at. Second is to have human values based education. Education infused with human values. When a teacher is teaching in the class, the organization has done tremendous amount of work on this field. They have trained teachers to really bring out inspiration in classroom teaching. But when they are teaching, when they are actually doing the teaching, can we give them some pre-prepared examples? Can we get, okay, this is how, when you are teaching the concept of friction in the class, teaching physics, this is how the values can be brought out. Or when you are teaching triangles, this is how the examples can be brought out. Give those teachers a taste of how children respond when they are taught about something beautiful, something inspirational. We have had lots of questions. How will the government, why will government accept Satyajit Salin PhD? Why will government not stop it? We have just heard about how Swami has been universal, has always been universal. Can atheists get self-realization? Yes. Swami's teachings are most universal, most inspiring. What human values is all about is the ability for a child to live in harmony with himself, with society, with nature, with God. There should be harmony. How do we bring that? That is the universality of Swami's teachings. Third example, I'm rushing very fast. Those who want more examples should come for a workshop on the next Sunday. Otherwise, you'll miss out something beautiful. Marketing is going on here. How to make the process enjoyable? Our motto is, a child should get up in the morning and say, "Thank God it is Monday." Can we achieve that? Not thank God it is Saturday, but thank God it is Monday. You want to go to school. Mommy, today is school day, I have to go. Would you like to have that? Yes. And how do we make it possible? The fourth objective is to open up the education field for volunteerism. Unless there is volunteerism, unless there is a lot of effort from all of us here to make the education process better, the enjoyable aspect of education is not going to happen. A youngster who knows nothing but cricket should be able to participate in the education process and volunteer 2 hours of his time every week to teach cricket in the school, or kho-kho in the school, or kabaddi in the school, or pot making in the school, clay modeling in the school. How do we participate? How do we bring volunteerism into education to make the entire process wonderful? How do we use dance as a medium? How do we record the basic steps of dance or the basic nuances of music and load it onto the net so that the child gets a feel of music in their life? A rural child, an urban child is able to get all these things because schools can afford to employ a physical director, employ a music teacher, employ a dance teacher, employ a martial arts teacher. The urban schools can do it. What about the rural child? Is it not unfair that there is no music, there is no dance, there is no extracurricular activities in the lives of the rural child? Is it not unfair? And can we make a difference as volunteers, as an organization that has got grassroots level depth, as an organization that has gone so deep into society? Can we not make a difference? Is the question that we ask in Vidya Vahini. Next please, let's skip this slide. We have a human value program going on in the organization for the last 40-50 years now. It's an excellent program with 3.5 lakh students, they say, who are benefiting the Bal Vikas movement. We are making a difference in inspiration. We have got, next slide please, we have got 99 schools across India where quality education is being given to children. But both are in their own circles. Yes, there are some efforts to bring things together, but can human values really get percolated in every class of those schools, those 99 schools, and from there to, next slide. No, please. We have got rural access, that means we have got the VIP program in 1,500 villages. How much more can we do there in rural schools? Beyond giving uniforms, beyond giving books, beyond giving maybe the midday meal scheme. Can we really make a difference in the education system in those 1,500 villages? Online volunteerism. Our organization's presence in the online volunteering world is next negligible, if not zero. There are 500 million, 50 crore youngsters wasting their time on Facebook. Can we not tap their energy? These are youngsters, mind you, these are youngsters who have got so much of information in their heads. They have got so much of access to content. They know exactly what to get from the internet. The best of content they are able to access because they know how to ask God. No, Google is the God of the internet. So getting information is not difficult. How do we bring it all together? How do we make it possible using technology to bring it all together is what we have been applying our minds to. In Vidya Vahini and TCS, Tata Consultancy Service, is developing software for us to be able to make exactly this possible. And this is an open invitation for all of you to participate in this wonderful mission of Swami, which he has entrusted to all of us. And he has initiated the program and told that I will sit and watch my devotees complete this program. I will be sitting in Abhayasta and blessing for blessing you all take this forward. One last slide I will show before I end. The Vidya Vahini is all about creating lesson plans. The most important aspect of Vidya Vahini is to create lesson plans. Please pay attention to this. We are creating lesson plans for every chapter of every subject, of every class, of every board across India in the different languages. So that is the challenge that we have taken upon ourselves because of the confidence knowing that Swami's work has to be magnanimous, has to be magnificent. The water project, Institute of Society Hospitals, the university that Swami has started, are shining examples of excellence. And can we replicate that in the magnitude, in the quality, in quantity, in size, in scale, in the Vidya Vahini program? Because this is what is worthy of being called Sri Satyajit Salin. Vidya Vahini, the name that Bhagawan has given to this program, is the name of the very first Vahini that he wrote, the Vidya Vahini. And when we had gone and shown a few names to Swami, and Swami immediately picked up Vidya Vahini and Crypto. And in his own beautiful manner, the humility of God, he says, "Aap peru ko pustakam kuda No, there is a book by that name. Do you know? Yes. He does not say that I have written a book by Chaduko. He says, do you know that there is a book by that name? Giving an indication, telling that that is the essence. I have given a treatise of what Vidya should be all about. That it has to be about universality, it has to be about expansion, it has to be about love, and not an apprentice system that the education system today is. Education system today is an apprentice system. Do you agree? How many of you agree with that? We are an apprentice system, creating people, creating our students, training our students to be accountants, or to be managers, or to be doctors, or to be engineers. It's an apprentice system. It is not there in spirit to really develop the holistic development of a child. And this is the model we are using for creating lesson plans. A 7-point pedagogy. Every lesson is filled with inquisitive questions, a question that can be asked by a teacher even before she starts teaching, so that the child starts thinking even before the lesson has started. Why does a seed that I have kept in the plant start growing on its own? You grow because you eat food. What is the food that seed gets? Ask that question to a child. The child starts thinking, and then you introduce the concept of photosynthesis to the child, and the child is already ready with the shelves in his mind to put those information in his place. The main script of the lesson plan follows exactly the syllabus of the textbook of that state board, because one of the main questions that teachers have when we come with the educare interventions is, all that is fine, but if I talk so much about educare, when will I complete my syllabus? So Vidya Vahini has taken care of all those concerns. We say that not more than 5% of your class time should be spent on value education. But in every class, there should be some value input that goes on to a child's mind, so that it continuously gets reinforced. That is the main script aspect. And we give the confidence to the teacher that you follow a Vidya Vahini lesson plan which is given per minute, minute wise. This section will take 2 minutes, this section will take 15 minutes, this section 3 minutes, and the whole lesson plan takes 120 minutes, that is 3 classes. That kind of division is done so that the teacher completes the lesson plan, she has completed the syllabus of that chapter. Questions to assess. Teachers set question papers 4 times a year. Can they do it online? And continuously create a question bank that can be used in 100, 1,000 different ways to ask questions to see whether the child has understood or not. Suggested activities. How do we make these words disappear from the class? Pin, drop, silence. Let us get rid of those words from the school. I used to hate the word pin, drop, silence. Why should there be pin, drop, silence in the class? Class should be full of joy. Class should be full of activities. How do we create activities? How do we make it comfortable for teachers to conduct activities? So the main complaint from the teachers is, once I make the children get up from the class, from the benches, it is impossible to make them sit again. How do we train the teachers to be able to make a controlled activity? Is what Vidya Vahini is thinking about. Value content. It's all about human values content. Into the subject. Very, very relevant subject. Whether it works or not, we keep getting feedback from the teachers. No, madam, I am not comfortable with this. No, sir, I am not comfortable with teaching this value. The teacher says. So we go back. We say, okay, this value is not very good. So we go back to the drawing boards, create some different value for that thing. So that is an integrated process, and we need people. We need every one of you involved in this program, so that every small seva that you do is going to be there forever. No, we are talking about stackability of seva. You put one brick, somebody else puts a brick on that, another person puts a brick on that, and we build a cathedral using that. The fourth are interesting asides. How do you grab the child's attention when the child is after the lunch, the child is slightly droopy? How do you grab the child's attention? Children are fickle by nature. Always their attention spans are less. How do you grab attention? How do you give more information than what is required from the syllabus? And all these are, and finally, the day-to-day relevance of the subject that is being taught. Why is algebra important in day-to-day life? Is the question that is burning in a child's mind. Not only just from the smiles that I see, it is burning in the child's mind, in the minds of every one of us. Why is algebra important in everyday life? Day-to-day relevance of the subject is to be given to a child. And these are the heads on which people are contributing content. Everybody, each one of us can contribute. We get a brilliant idea today. We upload it to Vidya Vahini's website, which will be ready by July. We upload it to the Vidya Vahini website, and 10 days or maybe 2 years later, when somebody is creating a lesson plan, so the way we should look at this is that a lesson plan is an ornament. It's an ornament that is being created out of individual jewels that each individual is uploading. I can upload a polished jewel today, somebody else can upload another jewel tomorrow, somebody else can upload a third jewel tomorrow. Finally, when the teacher is creating a lesson plan, that is an ornament, she will go through telling them, I want to get all the jewels for the topic Newton's law of motion, and see all the jewels and pick up, oh, this is a good question to ask, this is a good activity that I can do in the class, this is the value education, this is the value aspect part which is relevant to Newton's law of motion. I can put and make my own lesson plan, an ornament that I love. The whole purpose of Vidya Vahini is to see that the teacher who is standing in front of that classroom, that classroom is a drama that happens with 40 audience and one hero, one protagonist. And it is the duty of the entire society, that is the philosophy, it's the duty of the entire society to see that teacher who is standing in front of those 40 students has the best possible lines, best possible dialogues, best possible direction, best possible paraphernalia, best possible sets, to see that she dazzles the eyes of those 40 students, that she twinkle in the eyes of those students when the teacher is. That is the question here is, how many of us want to be Wonderful. The hands are up. We would like you to participate for the workshop that we are conducting for next Sunday. And we will take this forward from there. Sign off and thank you very much.